And I want you to listen, because what I am about to tell you is not a character. It is not a bit. It is not a promo. It is the truth, and truth is my religion. My grandfather's name was Alexander C. Stark Jr. He was a man of means, a man of intention, a man who looked at his grandchildren and decided that when he was gone, we would be taken care of. He put it in writing. On June 27th, he signed his last will and testament and put my name on it. He signed it on my birthday. And the people in that room, the people with the access, the accounts, the attorney, the plan, they moved fast, quietly, deliberately, like they had been rehearsing, like they've done this before. My siblings and I received a waiver, a document drafted by someone asking us to sign away our rights, to notice, to accounting, to oversight, to just trust that everything would be handled, to not look, to not ask questions. We didn't sign it. None of us signed it. And I need to be precise about this because precision is everything to me. Asking beneficiaries to waive their legal rights in a document drafted by someone who is not their attorney, without independent counsel, without full disclosure of the estate's assets, that is not standard practice. That is a pressure tactic. And depending on who drafted it and under what circumstances, it may constitute the unauthorized practice of law. It is documented. It is in my timeline. It is on the record because I am a Wikimedian. And Wikimedians document everything. And I want to tell you about the man who sent it. Wikimedians have a name for people with undisclosed conflicts of interest. We call them koi fish. This one smelled fishy the moment he walked into my family's lives. He was sent by the bank to pay my grandparents' bills. That was his introduction. That was his foot in the door. His name is Adam Kotkin. Florida Notary Commission HH 351581. Called him uncredentialed in the past, but he has a notary, whatever. That same man was signing letters to MetLife, a national insurance company, calling himself the executor of my grandfather's estate, title that no court ever gave him. Not one. Not anywhere on the Palm Beach County docket. The bag man holds no appointment. He holds no authority. He signed those letters anyway. And on February 27, 2026, he notarized the same person in two legally conflicting capacities, a beneficiary and as a trustee somehow. On the same day, in the same proceeding. He is my step-grandmother's emergency contact. He drove her to the hospital. I don't know how long ago she had a stroke or how long she was in the hospital. I can't bring myself to call her because I don't know, but I would say he picked up her phone. I filed a complaint with the American Association of Notaries. They're now reviewing. I did all of that without a lawyer from Brooklyn with multiple sclerosis while building a timeline that goes back years. They sent us a waiver. We sent them an objection. Let me tell you how we got here. A year ago, I did not know what a caveat was. I did not know what a petition for discharge was. Did not know what Florida statute 731.110 said, or what fiduciary duty required, or what a certificate of service needed to contain, or how to navigate the Florida court's e-filing portal on a deadline. I know all of those things now, not because I went to law school, because the alternative was silence. And silence in this situation means losing. And I refuse. I categorically, fundamentally, constitutionally refuse to lose something my grandfather left me because I was too scared or too tired or too sick to fight it. On June 7th, 2026, I filed a caveat in Palm Beach County Probate Court just to get onto a docket I was already supposed to be on. And then on June 25th, 2026, I filed 3 motions. An objection to the petition for discharge of the personal representative, a request for a hearing, an emergency motion to stop this estate from being sealed from the public record because someone wants to close this case confidentially. And I want to know why. Pro se, no lawyer, alone, on deadline. I served all parties by 1:57 p.m. 22 minutes later, opposing counsel was in my inbox. 22 minutes. And then I checked my tracking data. 66 people viewed that email. Delray Beach, Florida, 3 miles from the law firm, opened it 15 times in one afternoon. Virginia, Miami, Chicago, Jersey City, Atlanta. Chicago alone opened it 5 times before 10:30 a.m. A LinkedIn scam artist got access to my master spreadsheet. They are reading my work from multiple states. Right now, on my birthday, I don't care. I have nothing to hide. Everything I filed is public record. Every fact I know is documented. Every claim I made is cited. You want to watch me? Watch. My name is Molly Stark-Dean. I am just getting started. I need to stop because I cannot tell my story without acknowledging someone who told his. His name was Danny Casolaro. He was a journalist. He was investigating something that nobody wanted investigated. He followed the facts past the point of safety, past the point where most people would have stopped. He is gone. I carry him. Every person who has ever followed a story past the point of comfort, past the point where it would have been easier to stop, I carry all of them. That is what documentation is. That is why the truth on public record matters. Danny, this one's for you. Now, let me talk to you about the law because I came into this angry. I'm still angry, but I want you to hear this. I have more respect for the institution of law today than I have ever had in my life. Not because it has been easy, because it demanded everything from me. Precision, citation, proper service, correct filing. It demanded that I show up with facts and make my case on the record, in public, where everyone can read it. The Florida Probate Code, the rules of judicial administration, the certificate of service requirements, the e-filing protocols, the notary statutes, they are armor. And I wore every single piece to every government official in Florida and New York who took my calls, answered my emails, and treated me like a citizen with a legitimate concern. The Palm Beach County Clerk's Office, Florida Governor's Notary Section, the public servants doing the unglamorous work of keeping these systems running and telling me, a journalist with a spreadsheet, keep going because you can do a lot with a spreadsheet. You matter more than you know. Thank you. And now, my people, to the MS Warriors, you showed me that a body fighting you every morning can still do extraordinary things. You are the reason I filed on the days I wanted to stop. To the outlaw wrestling community, you gave me a stage when I needed one. You understand better than anyone. The best story in the building is always the underdog who shows up, does the work, and refuses to be counted out. To the Wikimedians heading to Wikimedian in Paris, you taught me that sourced, documented, publicly accessible truth is one of the most powerful forces on earth. The thing I know about building a record and making information impossible to erase, I learned from your world. I am one of yours. I always will be. To the journalists reading my newsletter, the ones who followed this story before it had filings. Journalism leaders are now looking at this case. That happened because of you. And to every single person who donated, who hit that button when this story was just a newsletter and a woman in Brooklyn saying something was wrong, you helped fund this fight. I do not have a lawyer on retainer yet. Every dollar you give right now goes directly into changing that. This is the most transparent legal fundraiser you will ever see. The docket is public. Read it yourself. I did not see this coming a year ago. I did not picture myself as the loudest nerd in America screaming about Florida probate law in 16:9 on the streets of New York City on her 41st birthday. But here I am, on the record, in the docket, all of you behind me. My grandfather signed his will on my birthday because he knew who I was. He knew the one person in his family who would not stop, who could not be bought off or scared off or worn down. My name is Molly Stark Dean. I am a named beneficiary. I am a Wikimedian. I am a MS warrior. I am a journalist. I am a pro se litigant. Truth is my religion. Happy birthday to me. Now let's get what's mine.